Ladies and gentlemen, we have the starting lineup for both teams. We start with the Eastern FA in goal. Number 1, Nicholas Whiteman. Yep. Number 3, Daylon Riley. Terrell Gibson. Number 8, Javon Gomes. Number 9, Deshaun Thomas. Number 10, Nathaniel James. Number 16, Omari Flanders. Number 19, Hackett Lord. Number 22, Terrell O'Brien. Number 24, Ngozi Ambrose. And number 13, Clint Francis. The technical director, Ron Laforet. For the South, number 2, Ari John. Number 5, Joel Young. Number 6, Luke Phillip. Number 9, Kern Smart. Number 10, Malik Khan. Number 12, Tyrese Francois. Number 14, Joel Maitland Wilson. Number 17, Dareem Hamilton. Number 22, Kanye Francis. Number 13, Diego Ramkisoon. And in goal, number 21, Joel Thorne. The technical director for South is Salmon Francis.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here again at the Manny Ramjohn Stadium, where we continue this NLCB-sponsored Under-13 zonal tournament with a view to selecting an elite Under-13 Trinidad and Tobago group that will then undergo special training. Today we have coming up another very important match. This is the 5th day for all these teams, and an important match to two teams who have lost one each. The Eastern FA, coached by Ron Laforet, and the Southern FA, who were involved in a very exciting match against North recently, only to come out as a team that in the last minute were defeated by an outstanding goal from the North FA. And here we have the kickoff, and James is on the ball, young man who has impressed us all over the last several weeks. One of the things about South, they've taken a little while to settle down in their games, and we have to see if today the South team settles early and see if they can get a goal or two instead of waiting until the last minute to try and come back from behind, or to try and overcome a deficit that may have been created. And here we have Malik Khan, one of the outstanding players of the tournament, who's going to take this shot. He has a good shot on him, so we have a chance to see what he's about. And that's a weak one from him. I probably put the spectators, the commentators curse on him, but so that was one of the weakest shots I've seen from him so far. We have a very pleasant day down south here in Manny Ramjohn today, and the pitch is immaculate. One of the best playing pitches, I think, if not the best in Trinidad and Tobago. The ball runs very true, very evenly, and the players should enjoy playing on this pitch today. Here comes the corner. Ooh, and chance created from a header back into play, and South almost got a foot on that one, but the North were lucky on that occasion. It went through, and now it's a goal kick. We have some outstanding players who have played both for these two teams. On the Eastern FA, in the back, number 3 Riley has impressed us in all the games that he's played so far. And up front, the two outstanding forwards, Thomas and James. I haven't seen them play a bad game yet, even though James in his first game missed a few chances, he still had an outstanding game. And there's Riley on the ball now. He plays a long ball trying to find his right winger, unable to do so. Malik Khan on the ball. We expect him to be on the ball quite a lot today in midfield, and he seems to run things, always looking for Kern Smart up front from the South team. There's a chance. Through ball, chance that the goalkeeper did very well to come out. The South goalkeeper today, who's the South goalkeeper today? He is Thorne. We have a different goalkeeper today, it's Thorne, who has come on earlier this time, and so he came out well off of his line and was able to quell that one. He has a nice pass to the right back. Will he be able to hold it? No, he doesn't. He's not able to hold it in. Chased it to the line, and as a result, throw in for South. The Eastern FA under Ron Lafferty started off with a defeat, but he himself said, and he has told me that the team will get better as they go along, and they scored a lot of goals. Both James and Thomas have really piled on the goals in this tournament, and we expect them to continue to be a goal threat at all times. And they have now met their match. They're what we expected in a few minutes ago. A goal by Malik Khan. Malik Khan with a shot of his. We know he can kick the ball. The one before was a poor shot. This one, an excellent shot from distance, and he got it over the goalkeeper's head. Goalkeeper not able to save, and now we see the Eastern FA down, and we should have a doozy, as they say, a great game this morning, because South normally has not been on top, but now they are on top, and the Eastern FA will be coming after them to try and get back into the game. So South is on top. Let's see what they do in these situations. Now that they're on top, let's see how they manage the game. A long ball up into the middle of the field. Here's South. One of the things about the South team, I'd like to see them play the ball around a little bit more. We're not seeing them as much as they have been playing the ball around in the middle of the pitch. Here comes James again. He's playing a little deeper in this setup this morning, and he has tried to get the right wing going. But the second try, the right wing is going there. There's Thomas in the middle. He should have a chance. Oh, just a little beyond him.
And what's interesting in this entire setup, Doc, is you've seen some names on the team sheet and you realize they've had very little game time throughout this tournament. In terms of the coaches mixing that urge to win with giving these players game time, I think it seems as it's a bit difficult for the coaches to be able to fight that urge for victory.
Well, I think they've done well doing that. The coaches know that the primary role of these games is to try and give the players a chance to show themselves. And that victory is, yes, we all like to win. We all are competitive, especially at this age. But the coaches have shown that they are willing to give the players a try. And we have some of the outstanding players who have come to the forefront. And by their play, they have come to the situation where they must be on the field throughout all the games. Throughout all the games, they must be on the field to try and make their team not only win, but to have a nice flow to the game and make their team play well. So I think the coaches recognize that, and they've done a good job doing it. Here comes Riley, ready to They take a long kick up into the forward line again. There's a long kick. There's Malik Khan pushing it away. And yes, James playing, as I said, a much deeper role today, trying to play from midfield. He can play up front and in the middle of the pitch. And Thomas is trying to barge his way through.
Muscling his way. I mean, he has a bit of a size advantage on a lot of the gently young men in this game.
Yes, in
his age group.
He's not only big, he's quite fast as well with his size, and he will in his teenage years have a lot of dominance and advantage over several of the players. As he learns the game, if he could become more tactically aware, he should have a decided advantage over some of the others.
Somewhat, you might say perhaps a future Kenwyn Jones, that tall, lanky, muscly sort of forward.
Yes, but at least he's playing there from the start of his career. Yes, there goes the East FA team, and they're in control. But I think the linesman has spotted something that I haven't spotted. I think it's a corner, and the corner kick for the Eastern FA. Let's see how they line up and they set up. South has brought everybody back but one. Two, and here comes the corner. Malik Khan gets his head to it. And Riley has played it out, and Malik Khan again, he seems to be on everything for the South FA. This number 6, who's number 6 is...
That's Luke Phillip.
Luke Phillip, yes, he's normally on the left-hand side of the field. Today he seems to be in the middle of the field, and he did well to get the ball out for a cross, but Eastern FA, are in possession again. A through ball, well read by the goalkeeper. He was ready to come off his line and play with his feet if he had to. And as a result, he's in possession now. And he kicks the ball, doesn't quite make the half line. And there is Thomas seems to come back from an offside position, not spotted. And
he's in front.
And the referee, I didn't quite understand. Again, he says there's pushing. The referee says there's pushing, but I think Thomas was lucky to have possession because he was came back from an offside position and got possession of the ball, was headed to goal. You could probably spot easier than I can some of the other players on the field out there today for the South team, first of all. And there's James getting his foot again. Thomas seems to be right on the shoulder of his defender. Again, I wasn't too sure if he had come back from an offside position. Right on the shoulder there. It was close. That one was close. And the referee's assistant was in line, so we have to give him the benefit of the doubt. We are a long way up here, and Thomas had the ball, but the defenders took it away from him. Here's Malik Khan. Can't get a pass away, but Riley is able to spread the ball wide, and it goes to the right wing for the Eastern FA.
Javon Gomes on the right wing.
Gomes plays it back, and here comes a cross, but it had gone over the line, so the Eastern FA still in possession, but they are coming into the game slowly but surely, but not able yet to get clear chances on goal. There was one half chance on goal by Thomas coming from a cross, but he just couldn't quite get there. Here comes, this is Luke Phillip in his normal position. We normally see him. Here he goes. He has a great left foot. Let's see what he does with it. A decent shot on goal. It was on target. Goalkeeper fumbled it a little bit, but he was able to get it in the end. Here comes Thomas. He should get away from his defender here, and we expect a big shot from him.
He's on goal, and it's a goal.
Yes, and an excellent chance
Goal for East. Scored by number 9, Jashawn Thomas.
Yes, this is what we've been seeing from him throughout this tournament. The ability with his size, strength and speed and living on the shoulder of the last defender. If the defender makes a mistake or slips or he gets a good through pass, he's able to get past the defense, and then he has a powerful shot, especially with his left foot, and was able to do so. And here we are back where we started at the beginning, 2 teams equal, but this time we have a goal from each team and off again. And this is going to be, as I said, a dogfight. Both of these teams have shown us that they can play football and they will be in it until the end. Number 13 out here is
Yes.
And here South with a build-up, very nice build-up. They go to the right-hand side, but thwarted by the left back of the Eastern FA. And actually it's Riley coming over from his centre back to fill the left back position and is able to put it into touch. A throw and a flick on. Malikan not able to get the second ball. And here James has played another delicate ball over the top where that he knows his partner Thomas can run onto. And Thomas is blowing past his defender again. And here he comes and he will find James. And
nice attempt.
Just when James was on the far post looking to not James, that's not James. He's a forward on the far post.
Gomes
on the far post, waiting to just slip it in. Very, very good defensive play from the South left back. He came in and made sure the last minute that he was in front of the forward and did not give him a chance on goal. Here comes a shot.
Oh my goodness!
What a wonderful goal! A shot
Goal!
from fully 35
For
yards
East,
out.
Scored by number 8, Javon Gomes.
And where Gomes was thwarted in a close-up situation to goal. Gomes has now scored from a full 25 to 30 meters out. An excellent left-footed shot that went high over the goalkeeper's head, and in the old days we used to say into Jacob's coat.
And that is if I recall, I think that is the first time his name has been on the score sheet for this tournament, and it is a beautiful way to get your name on the score sheet for the very first goal for the tournament.
Yes, and an excellent goal. He has shown in this game that he's anxious to score. He had a half chance a few minutes earlier, and he didn't let it bother him because less than a minute later he was able to get a left-footed shot, and that went nicely settled in the back of the net from a full 35 yards away. Here comes James. He plays it up to his striker Thomas again.
Tried to trap the ball but wasn't able to hold on to it.
No. And this pint-size forward plays a ball to Malikan, but again,
that's William Hamilton.
Yes, Hamilton Riley comes across, and there's
Smart has the ball. He's on goal, and it's inside.
And this is the danger that South has always had with Smart. Smart is one of those players, especially down the right side of the field. He's able to pick up the ball and quickly get into stride and get past people. And on that occasion, and I think he got a little toe to the ball and it headed straight down into the back of the net.
That goal for South scored by number 9, Kern Smart. Score is South 2, East 2. We see East looking to make some substitutions, it seems. And I think substitutions could wait a little while. The game has a nice flow to it so far. And I think it's a bit early to be bringing in these subs, but like you said, it's the final day, and the main purpose of this is really to give the youth, the players, the ability to shine and show what they can do.
Yes.
So I guess there's nothing like too early for substitutions, really,
Yes,
particularly when it's the last day.
yes, and not only that, they're flying subs, so they could come off and on. So it's not like a normal FIFA game where once you're substituted, you sit on the bench for the rest of the game and you wait until the next one. This tournament has allowed the coaches to pull somebody off, talk to them, perhaps give them some instructions of how they'd like to see them playing, and then allow them to go back on and see if the instructions are carried out. So the tournament is well set up. You don't want to see a situation where a player is pulled very early and doesn't play for the rest of the tournament.
It looks like young Jaheim Foston and Kanye Baker getting ready to take the field.
And South is down on the right hand side pressing. Poor cross coming across, and the Eastern FA is able to deal with it. Malik Khan looks like he's setting up for another shot. High, wide, but high and over the bar on this occasion. But at every opportunity, Malik Khan looks to try and shoot, and he knows with the short goalkeepers in goal that he has a half chance if it goes on target.
Once he's got enough lift and he's able to loft the ball over them, it's almost a guaranteed goal once it's on target.
Yes, and here we see young Foston coming on. Who else is?
Kanye Baker.
Kanye Baker. Baker and Foston have been regular starters normally on the team, and now we see them coming off the bench. Foston, one of the better players. Here's a chance down the right side. He just loses his balance. A tackle came in. It looked like a possible foul, but not in the referee's opinion. And there we had the forward appealing unsuccessfully for a foul. And here goes South on the counter attack. This game has been going from end to end with score. Dictates that we have had a good first half, 2-2. We can't ask for better end-to-end football and goals being scored. And here's Foston in possession of the ball, and he plays a very good long ball across his right winger, and he appeared to be in an onside position. Maybe someone else was offside and making a chance to go for the ball. We didn't see it. Referee spotted it. Referee's assistant spotted it, and her flag went up. As we come across here now, we see that as per usual, the both teams coming off because we now have a water break. These water breaks are necessary because of the hot sun that these young kids have been playing in on this Sunday morning. It's quite hot early in the morning, and the more they are rehydrated, the better their performance would be. And on all occasions, rehydration breaks have taken place, one in each half generally. Sometimes when there's an injury, and with the rehydration break, time for the coaches to give instructions as well.
We've also seen seeing in the stands the national junior coach, Russell Latapi.
Yes, Russell will remember that he was on a Trinidad national team at this age. In fact, along with somebody who we didn't expect to be on a national team at this age. He was quite a good footballer, Brian Lara. And so Brian Lara at this age was good enough to play cricket and football at a very high level. And he chose cricket, and we all know what happened afterwards there.
Well, that's usually the case with most elite sportsmen. They usually find that at a young age they would have played more than one sport and excelled at more than one sport. It'll be interesting to find out what other sports these young men here are into, but I'm guessing given Trinidad and the sports that are coming in Trinidad, we'll have to assume that cricket most likely probably will be the other sport of choice, if not for these young men, if not cricket, then probably basketball. Have to be the natural assumption.
Yes, there are many sports that will help you actually if you take up another sport. For instance, table tennis seems to help cricketers because of the hand-eye coordination. and many of the cricketers I knew in my time growing up were excellent table tennis players. Lawn tennis, which I played myself, helped me, I know, greatly in forward, because it was a sport where you had to make many twists and turns, and it was a sport where it helps you to change your body position and change positions very quickly. So that's another sport that would be useful for people, even if they plan to become top-class footballers.
We have a few substitutions taking place.
There's a change of the goalkeeper, and the Eastern FA is now bringing in number 18 in goal.
Substitution, East leaving the game. Number 1, Nicholas Whiteman. He's been replaced by number 18, Tristan Edwards.
Yes, and so we have a 2-all battle here between the Eastern FA and the South FA in the first half of the game. Both teams have had their fair share of the exchanges. South initially pressing, and then the Eastern FA coming back into the game. And now let's see if who can get on top just before the half. So it's important that one of these teams, if they want to get an advantage, go into the halftime in the lead. A free kick about 40 yards from goal, and left-footed free kick being taken by James. Here comes the ball, and it's well taken easily by the goalkeeper. He was in good position, came easily to him, a little too far into the 6-yard box, and there wasn't any chance that could be accrued from that. Midfield battle continues. Malik Khan much involved. He's calling his players to come up to the half line with him, and here he is going to play a long ball into the box. Long ball comes, and a shot. That's Luke Phillip.
Yes.
Luke Phillip, he on his favorite left foot, got a chance, half chance there, but didn't get any power on his shot, and as a result, the goalkeeper easily saved.
11 for 19.
We haven't seen Kern Smart involved as much. He has come half chance, not again. The referee saw a foul in it, and as a result,
substitution for East. Number 19, Hakim Lord, has left the field. He has been replaced by number 11, Keyshawn Lashley. Substitution, East.
Yes, as I was saying, other than the goal, we haven't seen Kern Smart involved as much as he normally is. Has been a terror to defenses in all the games that we've played so far, and as a result, South has benefited from his play. Let's see if he gets into the game as the game goes on. He's already had a goal, but we expect much more from him.
What's nice to see though is Malik Khan's not only his ability on the ball, but his ability to really lead the team. All the plays, motivate his teammates, and really take control, take charge on the field.
And that's a good flick on, and that puts James, who's coming from behind, a couple of step overs. I think he's gotten the better of his defender, but the cross is kicked out by the South defense. Again, a shot from number 6.
Terrell Gibson, trying one from long range.
Yes, we've seen him score from just outside the box. I think it was in Tobago leg. And he has a good shot on him. And he tried one a few minutes ago, but didn't have the strength on it and the direction to cause the goalkeeper any trouble. It is getting very hot out here, and we'll see if the pace of the game keeps up to what we had in the first half throughout the rest of the game. We haven't had a half yet, and they've been moving at a good pace. Here's a South attack. And down the right side, a good cross, but nobody there to try and sweep it up. And Eastern FA is in possession again, and a foul called by the referee over on the far right side.
All right, well, I'm about to exit and make some room for Mr. Pear, Mr. Gordon Pear, old and young.
Yes, good morning to all. I want to thank Prentice for just holding on. Apologies for my late arrival, but the trek south, from north was a bit challenging.
And here comes Thomas again. The goalkeeper comes out and makes an easy save, and here he is ready to put the ball down the field. And Gordon, welcome, and thank you very much for arriving and taking over the ball-by-ball commentary.
Yes, Doc, well, I'm sure you did a good job. So we have a very exciting one, 2-2 in just the first half of the opening game here today. We have the Eastern FA up against the Southern FA. This game a bit of a decider. The South Zone team in with a chance to win the competition, or at least to put pressure on the North Zone team to get a positive result when they play later on. Not sure who's the goal scorers in this one.
For the South team, the first goal was a long shot from Malik Khan that went over the goalkeeper's head and went into goal. The Eastern FA equalized with a goal by Thomas, and then South went ahead again. That was scored by Kern Smart, and then the Eastern FA again equalized. But Eastern FA went on top, yes, 2-1, and then Kern Smart equalized for the Southern FA. Eastern FA went ahead. Who was the goal scorer there? Yes, Gomes. Gomes had a chance just before, a minute before, and didn't let it bother him. And
it's a bit of a goal, and I think the referee will have to use his discretion here. It was a bit of a bounce. It wasn't a goal. I think what happened there, the red team was supposed to give back the ball to the South Zone team, and the South Zone player struck the ball straight into the goal.
Now, the rule states that this is a goal.
So it is a goal. The referee taking out his book.
He has no choice but to give it as a goal. Because there's no rule that I know in football, unlike in cricket, where you can say no, come back. In football, if it scores, it scores, and no matter what the situation is, if you score from a situation where you're supposed to give the ball back and the ball goes in the goal, it's a goal.
Not good for sportsmanship there, though. I think the East Zone team should allow the South Zone team to score back and make it 3 goals all.
That goal is scored by number 7, Jaheem Foston.
I think Foston inadvertently tried to give the ball back. He had the ball straight to the keeper, and the keeper just not concentrating. So the scores, and here we see the Zone team coming here again. A shot and placed just wide. Joshawn. So Joshawn Thomas.
And Joshawn Thomas has really putting on a show here today. And we saw here, normally he gets through balls going through, but this time he did a lot of the work himself. He dribbled past 3 defenders with some excellent work with his feet. And then again, pushed the ball forward, went on his favorite left foot and hit a nice ground shot into the far corner. He's been outstanding in the first half and one of the outstanding players of this tournament.
So We see the East Zone team there piling on the pressure. They got the go-ahead goal bit inadvertently. And penalty called by the referee, and he calls it back way back. Do you agree with that play, Dr. Henderson?
Well, he gave an advantage, and the advantage took a long time to not accrue. So I don't know exactly what he was blowing for there. He gave the advantage. He should have allowed it to go on. A foul was committed. That previous play had long gone. If he was going to call it back, he should have called it back within the next 10 yards or so.
Well, the referee here just putting himself in the spotlight. Justin Kuhn from the Northern FA.
Yes, normally we don't like to see or hear them much in a game. When we see that the referee is taking center spot, we begin to worry.
Yeah, definitely questionable. I still can't get over the and I think that will have a great effect on the South Zone team. That third goal.
Yes, and now they actually the Eastern FA is another goal ahead. So it's not just one goal difference between the two teams now. It's actually two. So that has made a big difference in the game. And at halftime, there'll be a lot of discussion, even about what just happened there.
Yeah. So at the halftime break, we have these goals. East 4 goals to 2 up ahead. And as normal, we're seeing the normal suspects. Malik Khan, Kern Smart, Jashon Thomas. Just not seeing Nathaniel James getting on the scorecard yet, but I'm sure just now he'll try to get on the scorecard. So we go into the break. When we come back after, we're going to have more commentary as we continue to focus on the youths in the NLCB National Elite Youth Program. Welcome back to the Manny John Stadium. Yes, we at a different location today. Doc, we're on to match number 13. It's South Zone versus the Eastern FA. Your thoughts on this game thus far?
Yes, unfortunately, a game that was setting up to be a battle all the way down to the wire has been spoiled a little bit by a decision, inadvertent decision, a ball that was supposed to be played back in good faith. The goalkeeper of the Southern FA, the goalkeeper spilt it, went through his legs, and a goal had to be given. There's nothing in the rules that where the referee could do otherwise, and that as a result sent the South Zone team, set them back a little bit because they were battling, and the score was 2-2 at the time, went to 3-2, and then right after that the South Zone team had another blow where the Eastern FA got through and were able to score, and so now the score is 4-2, and we've lost a little bit of that edge of the battle that we had in the first half.
Well, it's right down to the wire in the NLCB National Elite Youth Program. Lots of action all the way through. This game a bit of a decider, because if the South Zone team doesn't get a victory in this one, the North Zone team would have won the competition. Of course, it's more than a competition. It's also a bit of a trial for the elite players throughout the zones.
Yes, Gordon, what I would rather say, it's a trial where competition is the main vehicle by which this trial is taking place.
Well said, Doc. I can see you putting that in a class, in a classroom setting. It sounds very much something that we could use in the lecture room. So it's a trial using the competition as the vehicle by which we select the players, or the players select themselves, because we are seeing that a number of players have come forward, one of them being the man on the ball there, Malik Khan, and he's looking to get himself in the area. Here, looking to bring back his team. Shot and check. Oh, it's in off the ball. So Malik Khan pulls one back for his team.
Number 10, Malik Khan.
And one of the outstanding players of this tournament showed that he doesn't think it's over. He dribbled two of the Eastern FA players, went on his left foot, a foot that I have said in the past is not as strong as the other, which is definitely true. But this time he didn't go for power, went for placement and placed it right into the far corner of the Eastern FA net. And now South are back in it, 1 goal between them.
Yes, something that you'll definitely see. Young Malik Khan, I think a name we'll be calling a lot in the future. Plays his football versus Pro League football with W Connection. He's a skipper of the W Connection under 13 team, and at the school football level plays for Naparima. A calm player, very composed on the ball. As you said, his left foot can get a bit stronger, but he can play with both feet. So he has pulled his team back into this one. So it's going to be a nail biter here to get the edge back in the game as Young gets it to Khan. Khan looking for support. Ball just running out of foot. And now it's going to be a foot race here. And conceding a throw. So there you're seeing just a bit of the problem with his decision making there, Malik Khan.
Yes, this is one of the things that as he goes along, the coaches will spot and develop. He has to bring more people into the game when he's in trouble, and he could use his skill to play little 1-2s and come out of situations like that. And as he goes along and he develops tactically, we'll see more of that.
And just having straight offside there was Jaheim Fosted, it looks like. Now, we're seeing two of the coaches that will have a very strong influence on these players. We see Russell Latapy as well as Anton Cornell, the technical director and the youth technical development officer. I think that's the position or something close to that in the stands. Doc, how was the pressure when you played in front of, say, senior coaches or national heroes? And here we see a chance here. It's Nathaniel James. Nathaniel James. So the defense of the South. So the score 5-3.
Yes, and Nathaniel James, who now seems to have moved into the forward line in the second half, at least closer up front. He's playing the number 10 position, but often gets ahead of the other forwards. He quickly read a situation, got behind the defense, and stuck it away, as we have seen him do countless times in this tournament. Yes, you were asking. It's important for the players not to feel that they under any pressure playing while top-class coaches or national coaches are here. Yes, everybody's aware that the coaches are here looking at them, but it's important to try and play a natural game, try and do the things that your coaches have been telling you to do, and relax. When you're more relaxed as a football player, you give a better account of yourselves, and the stresses that normally come when you're tense don't happen, and you're able to then give a better performance.
Yeah, so the youngsters will just need to relax. They had 5 days of action, 4 before this one. This is being their 5th day of action. The ball trying to get through. And here comes, it's aimed at Khan. Young. He finds the skillful Hamilton. Hamilton with some nice work. Hamilton, strong challenge there by Fostin. Jaheim Fostin.
Yes, Fostin, like his father, is able to play both flanks, and what I like about him, he's not just a good attacking player. Defensively, he's quite strong as well. He plays with either foot very competently, and soon, I'm sure, in a little while, we might be seeing him on the other side of the field. Very good player, with good technical skills, a lot of flair about him, and I like to see that in young players.
But here comes the South Zone team, broken up. Still they come. That's a Beautiful ball there by Thompson. The shot from distance, easily handled. He struck it well, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Easily handled by the goalkeeper in the end.
Yes, Malik Khan is not afraid to shoot and throughout this tournament, I probably think if we looked at statistics, he probably has close to the most shots on goal.
Yes, not afraid to shoot on goal. Another man who would love to shoot on goal is that man on the ball right now. That's Nathaniel James. Not afraid to use his skill. Linking up nicely. These flowing into attack. Ball across. And the keeper comes, handled easily. So the keeper, we see, launched back in the goal. They had a change of goalkeeper early on. Remember, it was his blunder that was torn, that really gifted the East Zone team their third goal. And we're seeing that Smart, he has gone to a wider position.
Yes, we mentioned him only a few times this morning because he hasn't seemed to be as involved as he has been in the past. Here comes Malik Khan again, looking for a chance to be able to shoot, doesn't get it.
And headed back skillfully there. Of course, that's the number 3, Riley.
Yes, Riley has a good head on his shoulders and is definitely one of the outstanding defenders in this tournament.
So we see Trent Francois. Thompson. Isaiah Thompson. Skillful, strong, intelligent player. Let's see what he will do.
Yes, his best game, in my opinion, was the last game that we saw against North. Let's see if this second half he's able to come close to the ability that he showed us in that game against the North team.
Well, we've seen how players have gradually improved. Thompson was not so prevalent in the earlier games, but within the last 2 games, he has definitely come to the fore for his team.
Yes, and we've also seen in this tournament where the linkages between players, for instance, James and Thomas almost have what I would call a link up that is, without even thinking about things.
Terrell Gibson. And there we see Terrell Gibson coming off.
Terrell Gibson is left the game. He's been replaced by number 4, Miguel Roshan.
A shot here. Oh, just flashing wide. The left boot there of Malik Khan. Not afraid to use it.
Yes, I think he wants to put me to shame. And he's using his left foot. And it seems to be more powerful than I think it is. But he showed me in a few minutes ago that he can direct it well on goal. And he's a player, yes, we've seen him use both feet. The right is a very powerful shot. And he also has good defensive qualities. So he has all the makings of becoming a very good midfield player. Lots of running ability, an engine in him, and definitely both feet to play with.
Get the ball across. Oh! And an ultimate Prochas goal. That's the Sean Thomas hat-trick. Goal, goal, goal. Yeah.
And that's hat-trick for number 9, Sean Thomas.
So just Sean Thomas there, the ultimate Prochas goal. A bit of confusion in front of the goal.
Yes, one of the prime scoring areas for forwards is that first post. And Thomas found himself there ahead of the goalkeeper and ahead of his defender, was able to get us an easy flick on it, and it went into the far corner. Today he has been the one that has been prominent in this James-Thomas combination that we've talked about. And he probably thinks that it's time that he gets on as involved in these Man of the Match awards that the others have been involved in. So he has been, from the first half, outstanding and has really been the outstanding forward on view here to this morning.
And what a difference a week's make. Remember last week he was fighting. You were seeing that his body language was very poor. Yes. But today he's up, he's sprightly, he's celebrating a hat trick. And that's the beauty of football, the beauty of sport. 1 minute you can be down, the next minute You can be up in the cloud, but here comes Malik Khan trying a shot from distance. Oh! It's hit off the post. That's goal. It's in the back of the net. And no goal. Oh, it's goal. It's declared. Yes, definitely. The ball was into the back of the goal. So Malik Khan from distance saying that this game is not over. Just about yet.
Yes, we talk about Malik Khan, his willingness to shoot from long distances. We know he has a powerful right foot, but that should have been a ball easily dealt with by the goalkeeper. He didn't. It went behind him, and a little bit difficult to see from here. But Gordon, you had a better view of it than I did, and certainly the referee's assistant was sure, and she started coming to the half line very early.
So Malik Khan there with his own hat trick of his own.
6, South 4.
And it makes you wonder, had not that goal been given, the goal with the keeper, what the state of the game would have been.
Yes, we thought it would have taken a lot of the edge off for the second half, but the second half has been living up to expectations as well. This one is not over yet, and the South team shows that there are a lot of the players on the team with good mental strength, and they come in after to equalize and get a victory.
Well, you saw that one. The keeper, the bounce, to be fair to the keeper, he's a bit of a short keeper. The bounce just beat him, and it's Khan from the distance. Oh, into the side netting. Malik Khan from all of about 45 yards. Testing the keeper.
Yes, any free kicks from 30 to 40 yards away, danger to any of the goalkeepers on the Eastern team. And Malik Khan has the ability to get shots in and around the target area, and if they're on target, they often cause trouble.
Well, I myself was taken aback at the twist and the turns of this one. Definitely thought it was over after the East romped a quick 4-2 lead in the first half. But this second half, living up to its billing, it's going to fall to Smart. Smart trying to head it away. He has Riley, the experienced, skillful and composed Riley there. And then he bangs it clear, looking to get his forwards going. Thomas in a foot race, shakes off the challenge. Looking to get into the boxes, James. But Young comes across and makes a good recovery. James, watch that left boot. James with a shot, just flashing wide.
That combination of Thomas and James, this time Thomas up the left side, a ball came across, well defended by the South team, and then Foster James creates space for himself. Left footer just goes wide of the right side post. This game, a lot of thrills, a lot of goal attempts, and we're not seeing the kind of defenses that we had seen in the previous games.
Yeah, I think the game has been a bit open. I think the attacking players have made up their minds to really impress today. So they're being more open. The defensive not as organized. I'm quite surprised that the South Zone team are getting a number of chances. But as you see, these chances are mainly coming from the midfield area, where Malik Khan is doing his damage.
Yes, Smart has been kept quite under control, especially with Riley in the back there doing the work that he's been doing. Smart hasn't had the chances that he's had in previous games.
And it's a brilliant ball through Philip. Can he get it? Oh, and he just allows it. Oh, he was offside. So he just had straight offside, because I definitely found that he gave up before the ball went over the goal line.
Yes, and Philip, another one, adding good balance to the South Zone team with his left foot. We always have to look around for left-footed players because they add good balance to a team. And it's important that on any football team that you have players who play well with both feet if you can, but definitely right-footed players of ability as well as left-footed players of ability.
Quickly taking free kick. James looking to go for a run. He's got two for company. Looking to thread the needle. Beautiful ball through. Young is back though. Put under pressure there and call for the foul. I think it's a good call there by the referee.
Yes, Thomas had his hands on the defender and pushed him down a little bit, and as a result, referee called a foul.
A lot of nice talent on display here, Dr. Henderson. I think these 5 weeks have really been a revelation to us.
Yes, I think we have a good idea now of who we feel the players who we think will be on the elite group. I'm sure that the coaches and the scouts who are selecting the group also have a very good idea.
And there we saw James there, not afraid to pull the trigger. Here's Khan trying to be too skillful, and then getting himself all mixed up with Jaheim Fostin. Jaheim Fostin not taking any tricks on this occasion. A ball into the area. Thomas, he's got a bit of room. Got 2 for company. The South Zone defense not taking any chances with Thomas this time. It falls to Smart. Smart with the opportunity to run. The early ball forward. But it's Riley. The powerful Riley just putting it into early touch.
Yes, and whereas those through balls have been getting through with other defenses, Riley, with his ability to read and cover, has thwarted them on several occasions. The South team has been able to get this ball through so that Smart and others could run onto it.
Khan just losing control. There we see Thompson. Ball aimed at Khan. Khan with a sliding challenge, but able to win it and come forward here. Beautiful ball. James has a good burst of energy. He goes down in the area. No call by the referee. Goes down again. Still no call. And there for the high boot. Just called for the foul. That's Jabari Forbes. I think his father, you would have coached at some time.
Yes, his father was quite a decent player. Played both San Fernando Giants as well as Palo Seco, and played also with Club Sando, and has been an outstanding midfielder who didn't come to full fruition. And let's hope that his son relives his dream and rises to the top and stays there a long time.
We see staying down, it's just Sean Thomas. One of 2 players in this game with a hat-trick, and I think it's going to be very interesting when we select the man of the match. Now, Thomas has scored a hat-trick. His team leads 6 goals to 4. If that score was to remain, but seeing how Malik Khan has played and how he has more had to carry his team, who would you be giving the MVP?
No, definitely I think Thomas is ahead on this occasion. Thomas has looked sharper than previous games. He scored some very good goals. He's linked up well with his fellow players, and I think this is the best game I've seen him play. He would have the edge, and as well, if he leads his team to victory, it definitely will give him an added plus.
Okay, so we'll see how that goes. I think on some of the MVP calls, we have not been on spot on together with the selection panel.
No, and that is often, a place where, opinions can vary, especially if you have 2 or 3 outstanding players in a game.
Yes, definitely. The MVP, it's a very subjective topic. Sometimes a lot of different things you take into the equations, and when you plug in the figures, they don't always come out the same.
Yes, I watched a game yesterday with St. Mary's. Watched it on television because I was afterwards, and 6 goals were scored, and none of the goal scorers got the MVP award. So you need not necessarily have to be on the scorers list in a multi-goal game to become MVP. How influential you are in the game to cause your team, especially to win, is what is taken into account.
Yes, most definitely. We know that in the US, especially for the NBA, there's always a big hurrah when the MVP talks comes up, especially when once, sir, over the past few years, Mr. LeBron James is included. Within the last 2 years, we had some different types of MVPs in the NBA, and it normally has a flurry of discussion. So that's one of the new initiatives that we saw in this program, where every game there was an MVP, also a live interview, just introducing the players to being able to interact with the media, something that is so very important. And I think we had a couple of well-spoken youngsters, and I think they will only get better as they are exposed to this level of trading, both on the pitch and off the pitch.
Yes, it's a nice experience for them to have, to know what it is like at a higher level, at the professional level. Some of them have high hopes of reaching to that level, but to get to that level, we know it's only a few, and it's going to be extremely hard work. And so the overall development of the young man is what is expected from this kind of tournament, and NLCB has really contributed to improving the stock of young men in this nation with this type of sponsorship.
Yes, definitely. And you know, while we are giving out perks to the sponsor, we see today the field is well flagged with the NLCB signage. NLCB, National Lotteries Control Board, or as they say, let's create benefits. I also want to put out a bit of a personal perk to the NLCB. They were a part sponsor of my team, Pity Valley Diego Martin United. Can there? A good screen. Good defensive work there by Michael Rochard.
Yes, he and Riley together have done a very good job. Rochard, another player with a fairly good size. I don't think he has quite the ability of Riley, but he has done a good job over the games that we've seen him play.
And we see Jones coming on here. Young Jones, who plays his football for W Connection as well in the Pro League. His father is the manager of Quincy Jones of Superior Spurs. So he'll have some footballing pedigree.
Gordon, you were talking about sponsors, and I have a big problem in Trinidad and Tobago. Here's a chance, we'll speak about it after.
Foster, the keeper controls it with his feet.
Yes, I have a big problem in that we don't have more corporate sponsors involved in the top sports that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. Perhaps cricket, yes, but we need more people involved in football. We've had our problems in the TTFA in the past, but this is about youth development. It's about national security. It's about the overall well-being of young people in Trinidad and Tobago. We need more corporate people getting involved.
Yes, most definitely. And as I just sneaked in the plug for NLCB, they were a part sponsor of our team. We also have got some assistance from Huawei. Yes, the world giants in cell technology. Yeah, they were also part of our sponsorship list. Of course, their international brand ambassador is Lionel Messi, none other than Lionel Messi. Everyone knows about him. And it just goes to show that throughout the world, corporations, they invest heavily in sport, not only because of the alliance, but also what it brings to the people, what it brings out. When you look at Kia, you look at Scotiabank, throughout, I think I am so disappointed in Trinidad and Tobago, and that's why I have to spend so much time, really bigging up the NLCB for investing not in only 1 year, but over a 4-year period.
And this is a crucial time here. Malik Khan has a chance to bring his team closer. Let's see what happens here.
Just going for power, and it sailed harmlessly over the bar. The South Zone team have made a tactical change. We see Malik Khan, he has been pushed more up front. I'm not quite sure if that's an intelligent move, because then there's no one to really get the ball to him. He's offside, way offside.
They have done so in a lot of the games where they, especially when they are behind, they push him up front, hoping for that one or two chances where he gets a chance to run past defenders and get chances on goal.
And that's Fostin, Jaime Fostin coming off, and going on, it's Pascal Nathan.
Substitution, East, entering the game, number 13, Nathan Pascal, who replaces number 7, Jaime Fostin. Substitution, East.
And seeing running the bench for the Eastern FA, it's Chanel Warwick. No Ron Lafrey on the bench. We're not seeing the professor. So for the last 2 games, the gaffer has been Chanel, and there we're seeing her really cutting us aside there at the sidelines, signaling to her youngsters to cool it, just control the emotion. They lead this one 6-4.
Yes, she has done a good job in Ron's absence, organizing a team, getting her substitutes on and off, and she's fully aware of what Ron perhaps has expected from them, and they've done well.
This could be dangerous. James trying to get that left boot free, and he gets it free, and he just slide-footed it home. 7 goals to 4. Nathaniel James.
Scored by number 10, Nathaniel James.
That young man has the ability to create lots of space for himself. He shifts and he stops and he starts, and defenders have a hard time staying with him. And he's going to get better and better as time goes on. His eye for goal, we've seen it from the start. Sometimes he's had difficulty scoring, but we know he always keeps on trying to get his name on the score sheet, and unselfishly so a lot of the times. And this was a chance that he got, created himself, and slotted it home.
Is there going to be an answer back from the South Zone team? And Philip goes down. Luke Philip seems to have gotten inadvertently struck in his face. In the meantime, can steal a few yards. And we see one of the players just coming back and say that ball does not belong there. But I think the further out it goes, the better it is for Kana. Yeah. Because he's able to get that ball up and over, and with the short keepers in goal.
Yes, I think he's going to try for goal here as well.
And
in fact, he probably should have taken it back a few years.
Just going over the crossbar. You know, this really, I have totally enjoyed the experience with the youngsters this weekend. In fact, last weekend they were supposed to go to Tobago, and this weekend, but of course, trouble for flights, especially with these extended breaks. Meaning that this week there was a bit of an early break for school. There was a teachers' convention on Friday, so there was no school. So a lot of families would have just head over to that paradise called Tobago.
Yes, but we did get there on one occasion at least, and we had a great day over in Tobago. Wonderful setting over at Plymouth, and we didn't see the Tobago team perform as well as they could have in the early games. But as time went along, the Tobago team improved, and we should see better from them even today as we see them later on.
Yeah, well, today they're up against a team that is like themselves, without a point. So that was going to be an interesting clash. Both teams will try to get a win for themselves. The Tobago team have really improved in leaps and bounds, and I think that when they went to Tobago, and the more of Tobago got the knowledge of what was taking place, I thought we saw better players. We also saw a better of a team structure. So sometimes just the little things, they go a long way to really creating what we see here today and what we're going to see in the future. Of course, we're seeing Coach Russell Adapi in the stands as well as Anton Conin.
Yes, and both of them have a lot of work to do over the next several years. They have a lot of work to do with these youngsters. We have we have the talent, we have the mold that is necessary to have an outstanding team, both at youth level and at senior level. We just need to do it well, organize it well, have a holistic program, and not stop and start over periods of time, so that we don't get the full benefit of the programs that do start and do give benefits to the youngsters. We have seen in the past where Trinidad under 17 and under 20 teams have gone to World Cup, so it's not that it can't be done. It can be done, and we just need to do it on a more regular basis to be amongst the best in the world.
Yes, of course. Oh, beautiful skill there by Malik Khan. My goodness me, the audacity of that youngster, confident there. He really just pulled that ball between the defender's legs when he was going nowhere. So it's going to be a corner here. It seems like it's going to be Forbes. Jabari Forbes with the right boot is going to be curling outward. You can see Khan just standing at the edge of the area. It's going to be aimed at him. The shot. Oh, just over. The acrobatic shot there by Malik Khan. Just going over.
Yes, I don't think we could keep him out of the action. He seems to know where the ball is going to be. He's always in and around the ball, and he tried a hook with his right foot and just missed the opportunity to get another goal in this tournament here.
Another person who will be looking to get his name on the scorecard here. He slips it through to Thomas, and Thomas has the opportunity. A foot save. Oh, and he puts it over. Pascal, Nathan Pascal, with the goal at his mercy, contrived to put it over.
And that would have been the end of the game for sure. A shot taken by Thomas. He didn't try to hit it too hard. He placed it and it was saved by the goalkeeper. But he laid it on a platter for Pascal, who didn't seem to want to get on the score sheets this morning here.
Luke goes past two. Ball to Khan. Khan trying to get his shooting foot going. Rides the challenges. Finds Philip again. The weak header down. Oh, just flashing wide there was Jabari Forbes.
But I think there was a handball just before he took the shot, and the referee has given a free kick. They're taking a goal kick, but the referee indicated that there was a handball just before the shot was taken.
The score, just correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, it's about 7-4? Or is it 6-4?
I think it's 7.
Yeah, 7. The last goal scored by Nathaniel James.
Yeah, I think it's 7.
Yeah, 7. Goals galore. 11 goals in a game. You'll think it's a hockey match. Standing over this one, it's Isaiah Thompson. He's got a lot of players loading the back post. Driven ball. It's just over everyone.
Yeah, defenses have stayed home today, and they have allowed the attacking players to express themselves. I think the outstanding attacking players have shown us that they have done their jobs on the field, and James and Thomas and Malik Khan have all come to the fore today. Cream rises to the top, and we have seen that this morning here.
Yes, so at the end of it all, the East Zone Day gets themselves another victory.
The player of the match for this first match between East and South is number 9 from the East, Deshaun Thomas.
Well, yeah, you got it, Doc. You got it correct. Deshaun Thomas, the MVP. I think we all will agree that he deserved it today.
Yes, he was not only a goal scorer. type of goals that he scored all types. He dribbled people. He also flicked on from the first post. He also created for others, and he was unselfish, even though he was on the goal scoring sheets for himself 3 times. But he was the outstanding player and of this match, and as a result, I think he fully deserved the Man of the Match award.
Well, so that's the end of this one. It's the East Zone versus the South Zone. The East Zone winning 7-4. We're going to the break. When we come back, we're going to have more action as well. We're just going to stick around and have the interview. Well, at the end of this one, the score 7-4. Doc, if you have to pick 5 players per team to go forward from each team, what would your 5 players be?
Oh, you put me on the spot here a minute, but from the North FA, let's start with the North.
No, let's go with the East and the South. We deal with the
the East and South. Let's go from the East. Sorry, the Eastern FA. Definitely the ones that come straight to mind are Riley, Thomas, and James, and Faustin would be one of the others. The other one that I thought that I liked was Gibson. So so those would be the 5 that I would say: James and Thomas, Riley, Gibson,
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together
and Faustin.
for the Sean Thomas being presented the Player of the Match award by TTFA head coach Russell Lasky.
So we have the Player of the Game award, and we're going to have that interview there now.
On the score sheet last game, a hat-trick today. What you did different?
Well, I went to man and prayed, and one coaches and they was talking about we might have a jinx. So then I went to my meeting and I come out here today, and I just tried, and it happened.
All right, so we've now come to the end of the National Elite Youth Program. You had some fantastic performances so far. What do you think of your performances throughout the entire tournament, and what do you think you could improve?
Well, I think I could improve on the one-on-ones, and that I think I had a good and a successful tournament.
All right, congratulations on your hat-trick and your Player of the Match award.
And there he heard one of the young players. Well, he was open and honest, Doc.
Yes, and he identified some of the problems correctly that he's had. He definitely has improved on the one-on-ones as time has gone on, because he got chances in the early games that didn't put away, but in the games here today, it looks like he has worked on his one-on-ones in his own mind, and he has put them away successfully. He is one of the players, as he gets confident and as he grows, you will hear him come out of a little shell that I have detected that he is in, and then his personality as it grows will make him a better player.
Okay, well, we come to the end of this one. We'll go to the break, and when we come back, we're going to have the North versus the Central FA.